Hello everybody and welcome to a very exciting episode 200 of the Save Slot 3 Gamescast. I am your host, EOF Gizmo, joined me by Massive Das.
Hello everyone.
And Save Slot 3's official Mr. Achievements is CW Lanky.
The numbers don't lie, Dave, and they spell disaster for Chris Pengi at the Save Slot 3 200 pay-per-view.
That's true.
Because Pengals, for the first time in Save Slot 3 history, I've overtaken your gamer score. How do you feel about that, eh?
I didn't even know this.
We kept it quiet. We've hidden it for you till this very moment, Pengals.
Right.
If you look now, you will see, I think I'm about 800 ahead of you, maybe even more, Pengi.
So what you're
How
saying
the
is,
mighty have fallen.
I just need to buy one of the games for 3,000 gamer score and I'll be in front again.
Yeah, you can do that to your heart's content. I'm on 223,354. And Pengi, you're on a measly, a pitiful, you could say.
Yeah.
222,670.
Alright. What about
It's been
Dave?
dethroned, Dave.
What about Dave?
It's been dethroned.
Yeah, I've got the most Wii U stamps though, so that's
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
that's really what
that's the main
matters.
thing.
That's really what
Yeah.
matters.
And I got the most Stadia achievements.
You
stuff
do.
as well.
Oh, that's like the dude from Ted Lasso. Anyway, we've got a podcast to record. So if it's not episode 200, I'd like to come to you boys with visions of joy and happiness. But obviously, the tech and video game world is a bit of a joke at the moment. But we're gonna have a laugh with it anyway because that's what we do. So in honour of Stefello Sithole, let's get on with the show with the Pengals News Desk. Time for some news.
We got 7 items of news.
Pengals dozen.
It is a Penguins dozen. And number 1, GTA 6. Pre-orders are available. You can go pre-order it now. It is available on either Xbox or PlayStation digital storefronts. In the UK, it is $69.99 for the standard edition, or $89.99 for the Ultimate Edition, Craigo. And the Ultimate Edition has quite a few exclusive features, including shops, VIP shops, special barbers in the Ultimate Edition. There for you, Craigie.
Yeah, so I've not followed any of this, but it sounds like, are they not just cosmetics that you get as part of the Ultimate Edition, right?
No, there's actual from how it reads, there's actual like barber shops. I guess you could say obviously the hairdos are cosmetics and stuff.
Yeah, and they've done it through shops to make it in game, right?
Yeah, they've done it in a
which everyone
weird
is
way.
kicking off about, but doesn't every game do cosmetics for Ultimate Editions and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Do
Yeah,
they just have it in the menu and they've tried to put it in game? I don't know.
yeah.
I feel like
Is it
I'm gonna say something controversial here, boys. I feel like there's people who maybe have no interest in GTA who have just trying to go after this game, right? There's people that are just trying to anything they can find, even though they have no interest in it at all. I'm very excited.
Are you suggesting that YouTubers
Yes, I am, Dave.
YouTubers grift for views, Craigo?
Yes, I am 100% suggesting that.
Well, what I was going to ask, Craig, is how do you think they're going to work? Is it going to be like, you go like a club and you have the red rope and it's like you're not on the VIP list? You're going to drive your
Well, it's
car
just cosmetics, isn't it, Pengi?
No,
Yeah,
what
but you're not
I want to
you can't go
happen,
in the
Pengi.
shop. How are they going to do it in game and stuff? Is
Pengi.
they going to have someone like in the rope? You're like, you haven't got your Ultimate Edition, so you can't
No,
get into the
you walk into the shop and you immediately get 6 stars, and then you get blown up by a tank. That's how I want it to be implemented.
Yeah, that'd be pretty great.
Right? I'm like, hang on a minute. You don't appear to be a VIP. Bang. Dead.
You don't belong here, fuck boy.
Right? Sorry, did this sound the sign poor people allowed? No, it didn't. Get out.
Yeah.
Go get some more fucking money. Work a couple of hours
Right.
extra.
It's funny because
Get a second job.
I'll be honest. I've played pretty much all the GTAs to some extent. I finished quite a few of them. I can only think of the only instance I can think of changing clothes in any of those games are the 2 times it asks you to in a tutorial in San Andreas and 4. Like right at the start, when it's like, oh yeah, you need to be wearing green. So I bought like a green hoodie, and then in GTA 4, you go on a date really early on, and it's like, oh, you can get some clothes. So I don't really think it would affect anything for me, Gregor, if I'm honest. As I just,
No, I don't think it
you
will
know,
affect anything for anyone, to be honest
no.
with you.
And I don't want like extra cars and guns anyway, because like they'll be better than everything. The fun of GTA is getting all the weird guns and blowing shit up, right?
Extra mission for the woman, some gang thing as well. I'm not 100%
really careful how
sure.
you word all this, Pengi. I'll be
Yeah.
honest, buddy. Oh
Yeah.
no. But yeah.
But I think the cool thing here is pre-orders are up, so that means it's actually happening, right, boys?
is.
Yeah.
So it's actually going to be coming out, which we all, I think, to some extent doubted, right? That is very exciting. And also, you know, as I was alluding to, for months and months and months, all we've heard about is how GTA 6 is going to be £200 and it's going to ruin gaming because then everyone else is going to put their games at £200 and oh bloody Rockstar, they're going to cripple the industry because they're going to put the price up so much, and then everyone else is going to think this is the price they need to set their game at. Oh god, it's all going to be so expensive, it's going to be dreadful. And it's $69.99 over here, boys. Correct me if I'm wrong, but was that not the same price as Resident Evil?
Yeah,
Did I not
Resident Evil was 65, but yes, same price as Wolverine on PSN.
Yeah, Saros was that price, right? Was Saros
Yeah.
was $69.99?
Yeah, but weirdly we're like the only region that hasn't gone up. I don't know why. Maybe they're gone, we're British, we're not going to put it up
Because
for the British.
Pengi, we're the greatest nation on earth. That's why.
I mean, it's a fact.
Yes.
It's something I do agree with. What
Yeah.
what Pengi doesn't agree with you, Craigo, which transitions lovely, is the physicals are a code in the box.
Yes! Come on!
Do you know,
Fuck those people on eBay.
do you know,
Fuck those people on eBay who, when you put something up, send you a message. Oh, what's the best price you would take for that then? Fuck off! Either pay the price or don't. Go away!
everyone's got a price.
I'm not
Craigo.
haggling with you for £2, mate. Go get a job. Go away. Oh, I can't stand the people on eBay. Oh, they're the fucking worst of the worst. Oh, I don't know how you deal with them, Pengi, because I sell much less stuff than you do.
See, I never really get that. I normally just
Oh, it's the messages. I can't be dealing with it.
I don't get like the messages.
Oh,
I get
do.
them all
I
the
just
time.
get the best.
All
I
the
just get the
time.
best offers or whatever and stuff. I don't know. Maybe it's
I don't
rate
respond to a
might
single one of them.
Maybe it's
I get
feedback or something.
I get like questions. So like I remember when I sold the Steam controller, I was like, oh, why are you selling it? And I was like, because I don't want it. They're like, what did you want me to say? Like, oh, you know, like I've got a description for a reason. The old store listing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
But the last game I sold was Pragmata, and the guy, someone messaged me, "What's the condition of the disc? What are you on about?"
it's been used once
What do
to
you want me to
install the
say?
game. Like, I don't.
Yeah, the disc is fine, mate. What do you want me to tell you here? What are we doing?
You should have said like
I'm not
silver,
having a conversation
round.
with you, bud. Either buy the game or don't buy the game. If it doesn't work, you get your money back, don't you? What are we doing here? What do you think this is?
One real plus point, Craigo, of the code in the box, is that if you own a Series S or a digital PlayStation 5, you can still have the physical case and the game. And there's only one real good reason for that, other than display. Already, it's cheaper to buy. So on Amazon right now, on both platforms, I think it's already dropped to like $67.99. So like, I'm more than happy to get the convenience of not having to shift my ass to change a disc, and then also get it cheaper. Again, like, the resell is the only downside to a code in the box, but a game like GTA, realistically, are you expecting to never play it again once you play it? I kind of feel like it's going to get a lot of play. But yeah, the only other question we'll go with Pengi first. What's our predictions for GTA Online that they've not mentioned at all in any press release or on the website?
It does say this. This is GTA 6 is a single player only game or something like that. So I don't know if the GTA Online is just going to continue because as it is, because you get GTA.
No, it's too much money to be
Plus.
made. How much are they going to
plus
charge us,
subscription.
Pengi? That's what I want to know. How much are we getting charged for GTA Online when it comes out?
I know, 40 quid, something like that.
Do you reckon 40 quid and or a GTA Plus subscription? Because you get a month for that with a pre-order.
That's why I'm thinking plus GTA Online is just gonna like stay, or expansion for GTA Online and add this city into GTA Online or something, and it's a £40 expansion, something, I don't know, something like that maybe.
What do you
And
think?
obviously, there's got that subscription and stuff like that
Yeah.
as well.
What do you think, Craigo, when it comes to GTA Online?
Maybe. Although again, it's just gonna be another one of these things where we're all like, "Oh, those bloody Rockstar, they're horrible, they're horrible bastards," and then they just, I don't know, it just comes out
Well,
with that.
it's like for everyone that says that, they'll all buy it, and it'll be the best-selling game ever anyway. So I don't know why people complain. And also,
know.
their last two games they've split up post-launch. So if you go onto your Xbox or your PlayStation right now, you can buy GTA Online on its own. You can buy Red Dead Redemption Online on its own. You don't have to have the campaign. You can buy them on their own. It's been a thing for ages. So people that act like that's news, it blows my mind. Again, it's grifting for YouTube views. I know, but like I do look at it and go, well,
And GTA 5 did launch without online.
yeah, and so
Wow,
did Red Dead. It was like 3 weeks later,
Yeah.
I think. So, and also this
Yeah,
it's
like
2026 now,
I've
guys,
not
isn't it? It's
got
not,
much interest anyway, and
No.
I've definitely not got any interest in GTA Online. Like, I'd be playing it for the single player, like Red Dead Redemption. I've never played Red Dead Online. Well, I played the 360 one, like when I had like Team Deathmatch or whatever, Red Dead Redemption, like the first one. But that's about it.
yeah, it's alright. Horses
See, for
aren't as
me,
much fun as
the-
cars. That's the problem with it.
No, the interesting thing for me is that we still haven't actually really seen any gameplay of this.
No,
Definitely.
no trailer announced with the pre-order is strange, because
Yeah.
most games do, right?
Which
Mm.
I cannot, like, I can't remember Red Dead 2 if we really saw much gameplay of that before.
I think we
that
saw
came up.
more trailers, but it was the same type of trailer as the GTA trailers. So it was in-game
Yeah.
stuff. I don't think we ever saw like a HUD or anything.
Yeah.
Again, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think we ever saw any in-game stuff until previews or reviews. I don't think they did previews. I think they just did reviews, and I would be surprised.
Just,
if there's
it's a
reviews for
game that
this.
just doesn't need previews, does
No,
it?
it's-
like,
I mean, they're the only company that are just like they know what they've got, don't they? Like even these code in the box, they're available a week before because they know they're like it's gonna rape PlayStation Network and the Xbox Store. So here's the code a week early. Download it, preload it, go nuts. Like, yeah, it's one of those like because of games that have come out since GTA 5 and Red Dead. There is a little bit of me that's worried that this is going to have issues at launch, but they've never ever had issues before, so it's just the rest of the world that makes me think that, if that makes sense. Like
Yeah.
Cyberpunk is such a like fucking PTSD for people, isn't it? Because you would have bet your house that Cyberpunk would not have been the condition it was when it came out. But yeah, I'm fascinated. Again, obviously GTA is a British game, so greatest country in the world.
Yes. Well, item number 2, talking about prices, Dave and Craig. Xbox consoles are going up in price again. And they're now starting. We've got the price in dollars. We don't have UK or euros or anything at the moment. But the Series S now starts from $500. The same price as like the Series X launched at. And the Series X with your disk drive and your 1TB hard drive is now $800. And they have stopped making the 2TB one because that would be a ludicrous price, probably in the current climate, Davey.
Yeah, so I've got lots of thoughts on this. So I'm going to preface this by saying, before we get to it, that I actually have bought a Series S this week. This news prompted me to finish the purchase because I had all those issues with Forza Horizon 6, which fucked me off, Craigo, with the PC. Then, sadly, one of my family members passed away and I got a hefty inheritance. So I've been sat there looking at a Series S on Amazon. It went on a sale, got them for $250. And it's the 1TB one as well, which is, fuck me, I mean, I better carry it with rubber gloves as we get to it in a minute. But so I have got a Series S now. So that's but to look at these prices and say that Craig's Series X that Craig bought on day one launch in 2020 is the same price as a 512 Series S on August 1st is insane. But it's not gonna get any better, and I think that's again, like, we have our consoles, so it's fine. But like you look at in the thing that Asher put up on the Xbox, she mentioned that it's probably going to double again next year. That's like component costs. So it's like, how much are these consoles going to cost next year? How many are they even making? I don't think they'll be. I think my prediction for you boys, And again, we have the consoles, so we probably won't know. The month GTA comes out, you will not be able to, like, in where you work, you will not see a console, a PS5 or an Xbox. You will not. They will go.
You mentioned that it's Sakana, the American thing that tracks sales, and they were speaking to someone that works for a big, I didn't say which company, but let's say a Walmart, for instance, a big company, and they're predicting that thing because Xbox and PlayStation aren't going to be able to make enough consoles because of the cost. And I think even PlayStation said something like that as well, that they're expecting to sell less because they can physically make less of the cost. There is going to be most probably a shortage for GTA, people that are still on PS4s, Xbox Ones, PC players that don't want to wait 10 years, like Red Dead Redemption, whatever, to get the PC that want to play GTA. They might have problems getting a console. There could be like scalpers on eBay and that. Like this 800 console now could be $1,000 because you can't actually get one at Christmas. Little Timmy at Christmas and like at the GTAs and stuff like that.
Craig will be getting eBay messages asking if they'll offer $2,000 for a Series X. But obviously, Craig, you're the best of us, and you don't buy and sell consoles, so take that with a pinch of salt. But just for like the wider industry and next gen, what are your thoughts on these constant price increases that are only going to get worse?
Yeah, like you said, the kind of crazy thing was that when they announced it, they almost prefaced it with, I think they're expecting it to components to go up by 0.5 next year, which is just wild to think about. That you know, Microsoft clearly is in the know of that sort of thing, and they're expecting that. That does just make you wonder, like, how expensive is everything going to become tech-wise. You know, people keep thinking that we're getting near the end of the hump of this, but clearly we're not.
No. Well, we're not, because in Lenovo, I think they put out, they reckon it's going to carry to about 2030 or something.
Yeah, Micron have just done a 5-year deal. So Micron are one of the 3 companies that makes chips. There's it's Hynix, Hynix, and Samsung, and they've basically said that they've signed company deals worth billions of dollars for the next 5 years. So if Microsoft has sourced their allowance, that's all they will be able to buy. It's why we'll get to the next story in a minute, but that's why that is so expensive, because they basically turn around to them and were like, well, no, it's either 400 quid per unit or nothing. Here's your choices, so either take it or leave it. So yeah, I'd cling on to, like I said, for me it's insane that Craig's bought a game console. Again, I'm saying Craig because he's the only one that hasn't sold it. Like, you bought a games console. Actually, 2, because how much I sold that PS5 to you now is hilarious. It was like £100 or something. Like, how much is that fucker worth? There you go. So, like, you've literally bought a games console in 2020, and if you walked into CEX today on August 1st, you would get your entire money back plus. I'm not convinced. So like that, this Series S I have now, if I turn around in December and I go, I'm leaving the country, I'm selling it, I will get more money than I paid for it, which is insane. And everyone out there, if you want, because the money comes across, if you want a Series S and it's £450, do not buy it. It's not worth it. If you can't get a Series S before August 1st, do not buy a Series S. It is not worth £450, is it? Like, let's be honest. Like, again, I'd like the Series S. I'm the one that's always got a Series S, it seems. But £450 for a Series S is ridiculous. It is fucking ridiculous. Like, God. And people were on Nintendo's back for their $50 price thing. They gave everyone 6 months.
It's just how Nintendo, what sort of deal they managed to get. Because obviously they're only going up by 50, where obviously Xbox is going up by $150. So it's $100 more. Obviously, I'm guessing Xbox is expecting to sell less consoles than Nintendo, so they're buying less stock. When Nintendo expecting to sell 20 million Switch 2s in the next fiscal year, so I guess about 20 million lots of RAM. Where Xbox, selling 1 million consoles or something. So that's most probably the difference.
Nintendo are a funny one because their costs are just so much lower. So like, a new story we've got later on, there's that they've raised their base employee pay by 10%. Like, it's a really good thing, right? It's them and Capcom doing it. The Japanese companies seem to have more of a handle on their costs. Like, if you take, for example, Star
Well, they all
Fox.
work 200 hours a week, don't they?
Well, they do.
That helps their costs massively.
They're not woke, are they? Let's be honest. But Star Fox cost maybe 10 million to make from them and an outside studio, and they would have made that back then some. And there's also all their best-selling games are their games. So if the console costs, if they're making zero profit on that console, but they're not losing anything, which is entirely possible because it's got a really low starting memory. 256 memory is a lot cheaper than 512, and then obviously its internal RAM is SODIMM NVIDIA RAM, so they'll be fine. They'll have had a contract. So it's like, I do look at it and think Nintendo are the ones that have been. I think PlayStation have been very clever. Nintendo have been very, very clever, because they just have some stock, and I think it's chaos. I mean, even Apple put prices up today, Craig. Apple, who never do it, they put all the price of all of their products apart from the iPhone, I think, have gone up, which is crazy.
Yeah, I
because
think
again, they make a lot of
all
it
the
in-house.
MacBooks and all the MacBooks and iMacs and everything. Yeah, they're all going up, aren't they?
Yeah, so it is. Yeah, it's just dark times. But we'll keep with the price, Pengi, because we had a pricing and pre-order go up.
Yeah, so free. Steam suddenly mid-afternoon, I saw all the Steam Machine reviews had gone up and stuff like that. Gone up. You could pre-order from June 25th. You could wish list it basically, and then you get an email if you could get one on that. And I'm gonna do it in dollars first. So you can compare it to the Xboxes because we obviously know they're $500 to $800. The Steam Machine starts from $1,049 up to $1,349. So the top of the line one. That's the 2 terabyte with a couple of faceplates and a controller. In the UK, that's £879 to £1,208 for the top one of the Steam machines.
Craig?
Yeah, I mean, clearly, this is not the price they want to be selling this for, is it?
No.
Clearly,
everyone
a year ago,
it should have been $750.
a year ago or whenever it was that they were, really getting the train going with this, they did not have those numbers in mind, did they?
No.
But, like everyone else, it doesn't matter if you don't like it. I doubt Xbox wants to be selling these consoles more expensive because they're not selling them at the current price, so they know they're not going to sell more if they're more expensive. Steam's, I'm sure, they know that these prices are not good. They're not great, but they literally have no choice.
Yeah.
They cannot sell it for and lose £200-300 per unit, can they? Realistically. No. So what can they do? It's difficult. It's awful timing for them. Absolutely awful. We've said before, if they foresaw this or knew about this, they wouldn't have bothered with this. Let's be honest.
No.
They probably regret it now, but like you say, they wouldn't have had a clue that this was coming, did they? This is going to be for the hardcore of the hardcore, right? And that will be about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you hope that they've kind of got ahead of it enough that they scaled their production to a reasonable kind of cadence that they haven't now got shitloads of these things sat around somewhere, right? And that they can sell them to the hardcore. They can kind of, because let's be honest, they've not exactly been marketing this like crazy, have they? We have heard or seen very little, so they probably haven't spent a great deal on marketing for it, and just sell it to the hardcore and just kind of almost move on, I guess. Because this is not a price that's going to like disrupt the market, is it at all?
No. And like I was saying, most probably with like Nintendo, they're buying so many, RAM and that because they're expecting a 20-minute Xbox. Steam Machine, like even the Steam Deck, super popular, has only sold like 5 million. 5 million is a big number, but Steam Machine is going to sell way less, so they're going to buy less parts and stuff like that. So you can kind of understand, like you're saying, the price because just Steam's going to buy the least amount of RAM of Mr. Samsung or whoever. They're getting the the raw deal, which obviously go back to whoever's buying it. It's obviously going to end up being pretty spenny. Especially if you look at 879, what do you reckon that Series S 450 was saying? That's expensive, but you could buy a Series S and a Switch 2 for like almost the same price
Yeah.
as one Steam machine.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that for console comparison, it's completely dead in the water, isn't it? I mean, they'll make 100,000 of them, and they will sell 100,000 of them. But I would imagine that after that initial batch is gone, it will be months and months made to order. So they'll probably do it in batches of like 10,000. They won't want to, like Craig said, they're not going to lose money on it. They're not that big. They're not Microsoft, you know what I mean? They're not going to lose money. It will sell out because people will buy it, as we know. They'll be gone. The Steam Deck is £650 now, and that thing is almost always sold out. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's just going to be much smaller quantities. It's sad because it's it's an interesting platform, and you can see what they were trying to do with SteamOS. And obviously they've made that open now to make your own PCs if you want. And
Yeah, I've seen a couple like knockoff Steam machines
Yeah.
already that are using Steam OS, but then obviously they're gonna again end up costing more because that's going to be even more of a niche product because
yeah,
Asus are making their own version of a Steam machine. Well, that's only going to sell 50,000 units, so that's going to cost even more money, and then you're getting into the thousands where you might as well then just buy a PC.
well, yeah, and like I said, even if you look at the handhelds now, all of them have gone up as well. So like
Mm.
the Claw that I have, I believe is over £1,000 now. I think I'm pretty sure. I know the Legion Go is. The Xbox ones actually haven't gone up yet.
No, they even
One
went
was on
down.
sale, yeah, so which is very
like the
strange.
Series S version
Yeah.
of it is now down to 400 quid. So
So if you want a
which
PC
now kind of
handheld,
against
that's probably the one
that
to go
now
for.
seems a bargain
Yeah.
in the current thing. Yeah.
But yeah, and I think like we've said now a couple of times, I think it's the market is going to be a what you have market as opposed to what you want to buy. Because if you think about your PC, Pengi, your £1,500 PC or £1,700 PC, whatever it is, that same PC
It's
now,
most probably gone up in price.
100% is probably a two and a half thousand PC now because of the RAM,
Yeah, could be.
right? Like
Yeah,
it's
I've got.
crazy.
Remember, I got 32 gigs of RAM.
Yeah,
as
I mean,
well.
yeah, don't let anyone know where you live, Pengi, because that's probably of all the things in that room, that's probably worth the most now. But yeah, it's very interesting because I always think whenever I see these price rises, obviously they've got to make their money elsewhere, and I think it's not a coincidence that all of a sudden, the big players are talking about exclusivity and their own content and monetizing the people that are already there. I think is what Sony said, right? I think Asher's pretty much said the same as well for Xbox. Like it's retention, it's not getting new people because. Like you said, like how the fuck do you persuade someone to go out and spend £450 on a Series S or £700 on a Series X or whatever, right? That's pretty crazy. That's pretty fucking crazy. And Steam Machine for £879 again, unless you are die-hard Steam and all your games are on Steam, and you just wanted a PC to play on your TV, I cannot see a use case in which that money is not better spent buying a PlayStation. To be completely honest with you, at the moment.
And it's what we've seen from thing is like less power than a
Yeah.
PS5 as well.
Well, it's
So-
same price. It's what, same price as PS5 Pro?
Yeah.
If you bought a
Yeah.
disc drive and a stand, like, just get that. I'm no great lover of PlayStation, as we know, but there's not a scenario where you don't buy a PS5 Pro over a Steam machine for me. But there we go. Well, Pengi, we've got yet more good news with story number 4, so I'll let you take it away.
Bungie. Obviously they shut. Well, they didn't shut Destiny 2, so Destiny 2 is no longer being worked on. You can still obviously go play it and stuff. Servers up. It crashed on stuff. People were going to go back to playing it. But if you're all there in the first place, maybe they wouldn't have stopped making content for Destiny 2. But because of that and stuff like that, all the team that was working still on Destiny 2 is gone. Around 280 employees have been laid off at Bungie. And I think they had like 800, which so still got loads left, basically making content in marathons. So it still seems a ridiculous amount of employees, because there's supposedly about 10 people making Pragmata over at Capcom, 200 hours a week, sort of thing. Yeah, so not great news there over there at Bungie, Craig.
No. It's wild that Bungie have found themselves in this situation, is it, where basically Capcom needed, not Capcom, so Marathon needed to be this game that was gonna do insane numbers and save the day, when even they knew that wasn't going to happen, right? I think it's kind of like more and more obvious now that that when PlayStation acquired Sony, Bungie, even Bungie knew that it was in a lot of trouble, right? And the writing was on the wall. Let's say, and the profitability of the studio was just horrendous and just bloated and just cost so much to run, and they can only make certain types of games because it costs so much to run. That just means they have to make live service games because that's the only way they could possibly make money back on their overheads, and it's just, yeah, it's a crazy situation they found themselves in. And I think we all knew 6 months ago that Marathon wasn't going to be the game that was going to save them, and none of us are shocked now that Marathon hasn't saved them, right? I don't know where they go from here. I don't know what's next. I don't know if that's Destiny 3. I really fucking hope not, because I can't stand Destiny. I think it's absolute dross. But if it's not Destiny 3, what is it that could, potentially save them next? Who knows, right? It's yeah. It's a bleak situation.
You know exactly what's going to save them. It's gummy bears!
Yeah.
No, that's a different team. That's not even Bungie anymore.
I don't know, because even I don't know how many did you say they're down to now, head count wise, Pengi?
Still about 600, I think.
Yeah, but you think because they've had a lot of layoffs in the last couple of years, they were well over 1,000 people, I swear, not that long ago.
Yeah,
it's just
for context, the people
wild.
that are being talked about laid off, which we know the number is about 224 people, because it was they have to it's like a legal thing they have to put to the local government. And that's more people than Compulsion Games, I think Arcane, and Double Fine combined, or maybe Ninja Theory. It's it was basically the rumored Xbox layoffs. It's actually less people. I know it's studios, so it's worse, but less people than the people. That's how many people are at Bungie, including Craigo, the co-founder, who's head of Vision, Jason Jones, who's a name you should remember from the Halo days. So he's one of the people apparently been let go. So yeah, I'm with you. I don't know where they go. They don't own. They don't own their IP that made them famous. They seem like they're incredibly badly run, and their main money source has been Destiny for 12 years. So unless they have been spinning up another game, Marathon, you can think what you want about Marathon, but the Marathon is not a game that makes money. It's not that type of game. It's a one mode whatever type of game, right? It doesn't make hundreds of millions. It's never going to be Ark Raiders, which is a one in a lifetime game. It's never going to be Fortnite. It's not that type of game. So it's with that many people, what on earth have they been doing? They should have multiple projects spun up. That shouldn't be they shouldn't be a shock to them. And then when their parent company goes, well, that Destiny 2 game that costs too much to make, more than the money you're making us, we're shutting down. Have you got anything else? I don't know, Craigo. I do fear that it might
so
be
they
the
must
end.
have known this 2 years ago. They must have seen this coming. Surely.
They were losing money. Apparently, they were really close to shutting down when Sony bought them.
Well, it says it all that bloody Microsoft was sniffing around them before Sony bought them, and Microsoft weren't interested because they were unprofitable. And you can look at how bad some of the decisions with the studios they've made. Microsoft, that just shows just how unprofitable and just how bizarre their situation was. It's crazy, absolutely crazy.
Yeah, it's not good. Not good at all. You've touched on the next news item, Dave, that Nintendo are raising base salary of their employees by 10%.
Nintendo were the good guys, Craigo. Nintendo were the good guys. Yeah, I think they've had quite a good year.
They probably deserve it because, like you say, they probably are working 200 hours a week, right?
Yeah. And it's the Japanese games market is having such a renaissance with themselves, Capcom, even Konami. Actually, I've seen lots of feel good stories about their sort of renaissance with games. So, as people that regularly buy Capcom games, and Nintendo games. As
Yeah.
we'll talk about when we're playing what we've been playing later. Like, good. I'm glad there's a good news story. It's nice to hear about people getting paid better, not getting fucking made redundant. But again, I know me and Craig have harped on it many times on this podcast. You've just got to look at the cultural difference and the type of games that the Japanese studios are making, and then the type of games that the Western studios are making. And your questions will be answered once you see the types of games, Craigo. Wouldn't you agree?
Yep. They are. One of the things you got to say about you can say about the 200 hours a week and all that, but they know their audience, and they will make games for that audience. But they also clearly have a very business orientated. They run it as a business because they make sure they're pumping these games out, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're getting them out. You can look at bloody RGG, you can look at Nintendo, Capcom, whatever. They're balancing that for the audience, for the player, but also it's got to be a business. You've got to be making money. This has got to add up. It's not just a daycare centre for adults, and you might release a game in 8 years' time, you might not. They've clearly struck that balance incredibly well, which is good, and it's brilliant, and it's great for their employees that they get this 10% pay rise. Whilst, like you say, in the West, it is a barren wasteland. It seems.
Yeah.
Other than some studios, it's got to be said, but yeah, you can see why, and yeah, people don't like to talk about why because they have their own way they see the world, but. Yeah, you can very much understand how this happens.
Absolutely. Any extra thoughts, Pengi?
No, not really, because I was going to say on Capcom, they had a Capcom Spotlight.
And how great was it, Pengi?
It was pretty dire. It was pretty dire. Yeah. So I'm trying to think which order it started. So I think it started with Monster Hunter Stories 3. Showed you that, reminded you that game's out, and that the Rudy DLC is now out, which was part of the Ultimate Edition or something on the upgrade with that. And that's obviously game came out at the start of the year, so maybe 6 months ago. And a little quest for that, which I don't think is very long. And the monster that you fight in the quest, you can't have as a monster. You can't make armor out of. I guess they don't want to pay to win or something, but it's a single player game, so it wouldn't really make that much difference. So they remind you Monster Hunter Ascendance is coming out next year. Didn't trade us the same trailer. They showed the Resident Evil Veronica trailer again. Then there was here's some sales. Resident Evil 4 is on sale.
They always like to chuck us some sale information in, don't they? Actually,
Resident Evil Requiem is on sale for the first time or something like that, they were saying. Then they showed Alamusha again. They showed a new trailer of Alamusha.
Did it look like a new trailer, Pengi?
Yeah, I think they're fighting a different boss in this trailer. They remind you of demos now. It's on what platforms it was on, because it's not on the Twitch 2, the demo. And then they talked about Dragon's Dogma and the new expansion of that, and that's basically about it. That's all. Street Fighter. They had Street Fighter, the new character, and this telling you about the the Capcom Cup, the esports of Street Fighter. It's this is bad. It's badly paced. What you're showing is it's you're showing good games, but it's I don't need to see Monster Hunter Stories 3 6 months later for a 10-minute DLC you're adding. And it's this is really pointless. It's I don't know why Capcom thinks this is not here, especially if they go at all the other shows as well, like Resident Evil as Summer Game Fest. It's
it just must cost them no money to do it. That's my theory. They're it's basically free marketing. They're whatever. Some intern does it. It costs 20 quid. Lovely.
Yeah.
Export on.
They're just trolling everyone at this point, because for years we've said how they're the best publisher in the world now, but their shows are always absolute dross, haven't we? So.
Yeah, because I am keen for Veronica on Amisha. Okay, just those two because I've already played Monster. Actually,
They've
Monster
already
Hunter
they've already
Ascendant.
released 10 games this year, Pengi, haven't they? So, you
Yeah,
know.
and Monster Hunter Ascendant, so I'm keen for that. So I was keen for like 3 games they shown out of like the 5 games they shown. But yeah, it was not good. Sorry,
Yeah.
Capcom.
They're a funny publisher, Capcom, because I think if you were to draw a list of their IPs, and I think there is, if you took every IP, one of us likes it. There isn't really an IP that none of us like from Capcom. I'm trying to
Do
think.
any of us like?
I like Mega Man.
Do you like Ghosts and Goblins?
That was the one PSP game I had. Oh my Ghosts and Goblins, as hard as dicks.
Okay,
Like an
well,
actual
yeah.
franchise, I'm like, I genuinely would be like between, because obviously I don't like Resident Evil, but you two like it. I think we'll all end up liking Onimusha a lot more than we think we will.
Yeah.
Obviously, you boys like Monster Hunter. Like they're good, aren't they? It's Devil May Cry we all like.
Yeah.
120
Pragmata was
FPS
great,
by the
man.
way on Switch 2. Somehow they've managed to do.
Yep. If you yeah.
They're insane. I don't. From a technical perspective as well, this is just a tangent now. I don't understand how Capcom makes games run on everything, apart from Monster Hunter and Dragon's Dogma when it came up. But that's the same bloke, I think. So take that with a pinch of salt. Like, how do they make all these games run on absolutely everything every time?
It's that because they use the same. They use that.
They
RE
used to-
engine
yeah,
for
it's the-
absolutely
Yeah, it's an
everything,
older
don't they?
version of the RE engine for Devil May Cry 5.
Yeah.
Then thing. So it's an older engine, so it might even be less optimized than the new one for like Requiem, which is like really scalable. Where we've seen on PCs, like even on like really old graphics cards, it's still getting really decent out of it.
Yeah, because
And
for me
the
personally, like
plus-
I don't even double think now. So like if I want to buy a Capcom game, I just buy it on Switch 2. Like I'm not like, oh, I'm going to get a lesser version of the game. It's like it might be a little bit fuzzier, but like Pragmata was perfect on the Switch 2. I played the entire game. I played it mostly handheld as well, where it looks worse. And it's like, if that, you know what I mean? Like Onimusha, I'll buy on Switch 2. I'm already like, yeah, I'll buy on Switch. That sounds like a perfect game to play in bed. Why not? Yeah, crazy, great stuff though from Capcom, Pengi. Great stuff.
Great stuff from Capcom. And then last item of news, Lords of the Fallen 2 is moved out of September Madness into 2027. They even said the statement didn't say September Madness, but basically it was saying there's too many games we need to move, and they're moving into early 2027. I reckon.
It's gonna be February, isn't it? Because everyone's now gonna move into February.
Hopefully they don't do that. You think January, sort of thing. The people people that are buying the Lords of the Fallen most probably will turn up for Lords of the Fallen if it turns out in January. It's that sort of game, I think. But I think it does got crossover with the Onimushas and stuff in September, so it just makes sense. But will anything else move is the question from September.
I think Control
Nice.
Resonant has to.
Yeah, that was exactly what I was
Yeah.
about to say, Dave.
I think it has to. I don't want it
I
to
think it-
because it's in
no,
my
I don't.
fantasy, but I think if they want to sell any copies of it, it's got to move. There's too many similar games that will do better.
Mm-hmm. Because that's the same day. Was it the same? I can't remember.
It's
the
around
same
about
day.
like Wolverine and Onimusha,
Yeah.
which
Yeah,
are
slightly
also hack and
or-
slash games.
That's the same day as Onimusha.
Yeah,
Isn't
which
it?
is it's suicide.
Yeah. Let me have a game.
that's got to be,
release
'cause you
like
think
on
Wolverine will sell well on PlayStation, obviously it's an exclusive, so and it's a Marvel game, so that will do well. That'll take some heat from other games. As we've already established, Capcom have a group of Capcom fans, and Onimusha's coming to the other platforms as well. So like, Onimusha will obviously do very well on all those platforms. So then you look at Control Resonant, and you're like, even if you're a die-hard Remedy fan, are you also not going to play Wolverine and Onimusha the same day?
Yeah, you just
Onimusha
described
is
me
a day
essentially,
later,
Dave.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I fucking love Remedy. I've played, you know, all the ones leading up to this, and I'm like, well, I'll probably get Wolverine, and then I'm probably still gonna be playing Wolverine, right? Because Wolverine's out before.
Yeah, Wolverine's the 15th. So it's 10 days
Yeah.
before.
So I'm still gonna be playing Wolverine,
Mm.
and then it gets hard then, doesn't it? Because like it's
Then you're most probably
Yeah.
going to pick up Onimusha then after.
well,
Wolverine.
yeah, and then it becomes it just gets in that clutter, doesn't it? And yeah, it's difficult.
You
So
know
you
that's also mostly going to be the safer game as well to get then Control Resonant as well. You know Capcom.
Right. Well, it's also if you've already
Yeah.
played a hack and slash game, it's like Fire Emblem's out. I'm pretty sure around the same time as well.
Yeah.
So you're like, well, if I want to play something other than a hack and slash game, you've also got Fire Emblem, which is like a big ass first party game. So it's like, oh god, like, but yeah. The correct answer is Control Resident. I think we all agree. If they can, it's whether they can or not. I don't know where you'd move it to. I don't know. You can't
You
go
have to move it into our next year, or you have to put it out in December, because at the moment, December's only Dragon Quest Monsters and Xenoblade Chronicles 3 Switch 2 edition. We could easily go December, I guess.
Yeah, it's tough though, isn't it? It's really tough.
Yeah. So that's the game that we think is going to move. And that's all the news.
Lovely, Pengles. Well, thank you very much for all of your news gathering. So we're not going to have a TOTS this week because we just wanted to have a big news and a big catch up. So let's get to catching up. I can see that Pengles has got a hell of a list. Let's start with me, and then we'll do Craig, and then we'll end on the biggest of dogs. So, boys, as I've said, I picked up a Series S, 1TB, £250. Didn't think that was too bad of a deal for the old Prime date, so we've gone for that.
Is it white or black? Which colour?
It's white. The black one they discontinued, so it's a white one.
Okay.
Yeah, again, she's fine. The first thing I did was load Forza Horizon on it, and it's way nicer than how I've been playing it. So I was like, oh, but there we go. As for an Xbox game I didn't play on Xbox, which is also a pickup, is Final Fantasy 16, Pengi. Final Fantasy. So I know Craig has been dying to hear me talk about Final Fantasy 16 since I told him that I picked it up. It cost £9 in a loaded sale, loaded.com. I've been playing it on my Claw, on the TV and in the handheld, and obviously I famously said it's the worst game ever made. That's been my main thought for the last 3 years. So I've played it, I finished it, I got to the end today. Killed death and all that good stuff. It's an interesting game, Craig, because it does some things really well, but most things it does really averagely. So, like, a couple of the characters are really interesting. Most of the characters are not. Some of the combat's quite fun. Most of the combat is monotonous. And it's like, the world's like kind of interesting, but it's also like, I've read Game of Thrones and wanted to just change the names. Like, it's a really strange game because it's not bad at all. Like, it's not the drizzling shits I said it was. Certainly not in 2026. I know they've made some quality of life improvements for, like, when you finish a quest, you can go directly to the quest giver instead of having to like travel back to them. It's great, and some like you can have multiple ability lists for your moves, for your like Acon moves now. You can like switch between quite quickly, which is cool because obviously there's quite a lot of moves in the game, so you can tailor them to whatever you want. But yeah, there's just some fundamental things about it where like I just don't think I'm gonna ever look back on this and be like, oh my god, what a game. It's just a very 6.5, 7 out of 10 game. It's fine, but it just doesn't excel at anything. Story's also, like, I think Craig said when he was playing it, it is just miserable for so much of it. So much of the game is just miserable. You're like, oh, okay. But
it's that bit about 12 hours in where you're in the countryside, and it's just like, it's trying to set out that this world is bleak, but it goes on and on and on and on. Like, I get it. Please.
I also, this is really controversial. I don't understand why everyone's sucking off Ben Starr for his performance. I thought he was the most cliched, brooding fucking Final Fantasy character I've ever seen. Everything, he's just like, Craig, I am sad because I can't do it because I am. It's like, dude, this is every character. What is special about this guy? I know he's a handsome British guy, the actor, but I'm like, what? Like, genuinely, like, I'm like, what is so good about this character? Like, he is just like, I don't get it. It's then characters like pander to him as well, and I'm like, why does no one but occasionally Joshua be like, look, bro, fucking grow up hair? Like, why is Jill always like, oh, well, Clive? I'm like, Jill, you're getting fucked. You've basically been telling everyone you've been getting raped for the whole fucking pre-game. But yeah, that's Final Fantasy 16. If you see it in a sale cheap, it's worth playing. It is a very.
It's on Plus now.
There we go. It's a very serviceable game. It's not amazing, but it's also not bad. It took me 43 hours to finish, and I played it all the way to the end, so it must have been somewhat enjoyable, right? But yeah. Yeah, better than Final Fantasy 13 and 15. I would say that's how I rank it.
Oh, 15 is. Oh no, see, I don't know. 15 is quite good. Did you see? I didn't put it on the news, but Square like Open are putting 15 on Switch 2.
15's combat is a lot worse than 16.
Yeah, but
And
then we played it 10. Is this the thing? Like we played 15 10 years ago.
yeah,
And I never played any of the episodes that they did, like Prompto and
really.
Ignis and
So
stuff.
the story stuff 15 is
So
really
I can't
good,
be interested to go back for 15 after
yeah,
10 years.
It's one of those. 15's funny because when you have the whole game, it's actually the story's quite good. But to have the whole game, you need to watch a movie, you need to play a 2D side scroller, you need to watch some anime on YouTube, and then have all the DLC. And it becomes, but the combat's nowhere near as fun. Like 16's is like pretty good. It's nowhere near as much fun as 7 remakes combat though. I will say. So like, if Craig likes 16, Craig will really like 7 remake. They both have the same problem though. Why is there no minimap? It's 2026. Why is there not a minimap? Why have I got to pause the game and check the map to find out where I'm going? Come on. Anyway, that's Final Fantasy 16, Pengi.
Yes.
My only other pickup is Kirby and the Forgotten Land plus Starcross World Switch 2 edition.
Nice.
Which I've been meaning to get for a while. And it was another game that was in the Prime sale. It was $43.99. I played it for about an hour when I borrowed it off Craig at some point on Switch 1. So I've jumped back in. I've played about 3 hours today. It runs, I think it's 1440p 60 frames a second. The 60 frames a second is huge. It's a very, very smooth and pretty game. The new levels look quite interesting. I'm just trying to finish. So I had my save from when I brought it off Craig that automatically carried over. I didn't have to download anything. It just did it, which is great. So I'm finishing the game and then I'm going to go and do the extra stuff. And I'll probably lend Craigo my copy so we can do the extra stuff just because I know he was a big fan of the original game. But yeah, it's a really good game. If you haven't played Kirby, I would recommend it because it does look very stunning on Switch 2 in a handheld and on the TV. As I'm sure you can imagine because you guys both played it, so you know how good that game looked on 30 frames, 720p, like back in the day. So,
I still think that other than Mario Kart 64, that's my favourite Nintendo game.
Yeah, that's why I'm really curious to see what you think of the DLC because everyone's quite positive about what they added. So I'm interested. So far, I think it feels a lot better than Donkey Kong. I know slightly different games, but like it's much more my type of platformer. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, looking forward to getting more for it. I think I'll probably get it finished pretty quickly because I just have like stuff to do. Or Jesse's kicking off. And yeah, that's all I've been playing, boys. So yeah, I expect.
Question.
Answer.
So you bought a Series S. So, have you not played anything on your Series S?
I tried Forza Horizon on it when I've only had it like a day. But yeah, it's one that I wanted to get for like Gears and Halo because I had so much trouble with Forza on the PC. Peggy, to be honest, I think to be completely honest, the PC dream is very much dead for old Dave now because it's not worked and it's now more expensive. So
I did look to see. I believe to build my PC now would cost you £1,987.
There we go. Whereas for the next month,
so it's gone up by nearly £250, which I'm guessing is just the RAM.
Yeah, you've not had it long, so that's quite a statement, isn't it? Really.
Mm.
But yeah, that's all I've been buying and playing, boys. So Craigo, what about you?
So for me, I've played a bit more of the old Forza Horizon 6. I've kept up with the seasonal stuff. I've done the newest season. I think I've kept the streak going where I've got all the seasonal cars so far. I'm still enjoying going back every week and doing that. I think they've now fixed the co-op stuff as well, Dave.
Oh, nice. That's good to know.
Yeah, so if we do next week's one together, I think it will actually be a challenge as opposed to what it was last time. Because I did one of the things, the seasonal thing was the trial where you have to like do it online as a team of 6, and you have to play against unbeatable drivatars. And when I did that the week before the big update, even unbeatable driver tires, all 6 people just thrashed the like driver tires like we were doing basically, Dave.
Nice.
And it wasn't a challenge at all. Whereas when I did it this week, actually, like it was harder. We still beat them, but like there was like 1 or 2 of us at the front, and there was people like struggling in the middle and at the back and that. So I'm assuming they've fixed that issue that they had. So that's cool to see. So yeah, I think I'm over 50 hours now on Forza Horizon 6. And I've still got bits and pieces I want to do. Like I want to do the billboards and the mascots, because I'm like not a million miles away on either. I think on the billboards I'm like 145ish, and mascots maybe like 170ish. So yeah, I want to do them and sort that out. In terms of what else I've been playing, so I finished Planet of Lana 2, boys, which I think I was near the end on last time we did the poddy. I finished that. That game's great. I spoke about it a lot last week, so I won't speak about a huge amount again this week. But if you played the first one and you liked the first one, play this one. It's great. You'll like it. It's probably even better than the first one.
I've not even played the first one.
I thought you did.
No, never played it.
Wow. Yeah, really good. Really, really good. Would definitely recommend. And I did go back and get the completion for it.
Nice.
So that was completion number 67, I believe. After that, I played Call of the Elder Gods, boys.
No wonder you fast all my gamer score and play all these games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been having a little bit of an indie go at the moment after getting Game Pass back after being away from Game Pass with a bit of a price increase. So I'm like, oh, what have I missed that I really want to play? It's called The Elder Gods. Another one. Again, very similar to what I said last week with Planet of Lana, boys. Obviously, I played Call of the Sea years ago. Enjoyed Call of the Sea, but I wasn't sat here in 2026 going, "God, you know what I really want, boys? I want a sequel to Call of the Sea." But they made it. They put it on Game Pass. I played it, and again, very much like Planet of Lana 2, it's really good, and I really enjoyed it.
I played the demo on Steam when it was not the current recent Steam Next Fest, the one before, and I really liked it. I've just not got around to playing it.
Yeah, it's really good. It's got the same sort of like art style, like Lovecraftian stuff going on, like the first one had. And it is it is a walking sim puzzle game, but the puzzles are really good. I can't remember Call of Duty a huge amount from back in the day, but like it is very much like there's 6 chapters and a prologue, and each one there's like a main big puzzle that you're trying to figure out, and then there's maybe some like smaller puzzles like leading up to it for you to figure out as well. But like the puzzles are great, they're really really good. They're very well made. And the game just tells its little story. Like I said, it has these puzzles. There's only one puzzle I got kind of stuck and a bit frustrated on, and there is a very good like hint system in the menu for the game as well. If you do get stuck on one of the puzzles, and like I said, there's one which it's almost a bit trial and error when I was trying to do it. Like I understood what the game wanted me to do, but the trial and error part of it was just kind of annoying me a bit. So I was like, I'm just going to look at this hint system and figure out this week. So I think I know what I'm meant to be doing, but this is just taking too long. So I did that for that one. But yeah, very, very good. And again, similar to Planet of Lana, it has a like chapter select system. There was some guides on YouTube, so I was like, I think I could probably get the completion on this. So I got the completion. That was completion number 68, boys. Call of the Sea. Which, boys, 68. If you add your 2's completions together, 68 completions.
Wow.
Symmetry.
Yeah. How many of the mine and Dave's? How's that split?
I think it's 38-30.
Oh,
I
nice.
say.
Oh,
Well, on
pretty close
Xbox.
then. Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, my completion is a lot more on PlayStation. I think Pengi's is as well, to be fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's all sorts of nonsense going on over there, and there's the bloody just load up the PS5 version and get the trophy, the platinum or whatever crap going on.
Yeah.
There's also doing Dirt 5 from scratch twice, Grego. So
yeah, so yeah, really enjoy Call of the Sea. Would very, very much recommend it to you, Pengi, if you
Yeah, I
Call of
got it
Diablo. Sorry, if
installed
you
on
like
the
to.
I got it installed on the PC. I just not got around to it. And when I played the demo, I think it was the prologue and chapter one. You like trying to solve a puzzle in the greenhouse, moving like stones around.
Oh yeah, I know which
Yeah,
you're on.
yeah,
Yeah, it's great. Again, that and Planet Love are probably very good for your Roggy boy in
yeah.
Game Pass,
Phantom
I
Lana
reckon.
2 most probably definitely would be a rock game.
Yeah, I think that would be perfect for that. And sticking with Game Pass and Indies, boys, playing one which Pengi actually recommended. I have a look at. He said it probably looked like a Craig game a few weeks ago, and I'd never heard of this, never seen it at a show that I can remember. I've just never, didn't even know it was coming to Game Pass until Pengi said. And that's Lunar Abyss, which I believe the studio is like dead already.
Yeah, they've been shut down. Even though like there's a physical release still to come or something. Obviously, I guess the publisher whoever's publishing that. Yeah, the studio's been shut down.
Which is criminal because this game is fucking brilliant. This is so good. Um, like I said, it's wild to me that I had no idea. If Chris Bengelli had not said like, oh, you should look at Lunar Abyss, it looks like a Craig game, I would have no idea about this video game, boys.
There's another one just come out as well. That's got a similar title. I think it's also on Game Pass.
Isn't it called like
Generally.
Abyssus or something?
Yeah.
Oh, it might be, yeah.
Yeah. It's literally just come out, and I think. Yeah.
But yeah, I looked at some trailers after Pengi said I don't know if they didn't market this game or just not got it on the right showcases to show it off. But yeah, playing it now, it is so fucking good. It is brilliant. So it's kind of like a Doom clone sort of thing, but it's very like bullet hell focused. So it kind of almost looks like a lower budget, like a Saros or something like that, where you have all the projectiles flying all over the screen and bloody going in spirals and all that jazz. Similar to like I said, the Returnals and Saroses of the world, but it's not a roguelike. It is just a normal shooty game. But the shooting mechanics actually are also very much like Metroid Prime, which I wasn't expecting. So it has a lock
I did
on.
not know. I did not know that.
No, it's really good.
I just heard it's a Doom clone.
No, yeah. So it has a lock on like Metroid Prime, yeah.
Yeah.
So you lock on with left trigger.
Yeah.
I guess the idea is you lock on with the left trigger, so then you can focus more on dodging the bullet hell that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it plays very similar to Metroid Prime, but I think much better because the lock on feels super snappy, and the actual like firing of the guns has proper thud to it. The weapons feel like there's some real impact going on. Yeah, I'm really impressed by this game. Even like the production value of it, like graphically, it's really really impressive. The music in the game is phenomenal. It's got a very weird like setting world. They've gone for this like really dark sci-fi interesting world. Yeah, I'm really impressed by this. It's got like full voice acting. The voice acting's really good. Like, yeah, I'm just like I have no idea what this studio was called, where they're based, if they'd worked on anything else before. But yeah, I'm very very impressed by this video game for like an indie game that I'd never heard of. It's just very impressive. Like the production values are just through the roof. The gameplay is just like a weird concoction of like a few things that really mash together well. Yeah, I would really recommend if you have Game Pass and you're like, oh, I want to give something a go. This is one I would very much recommend giving a go if you like a Metroid Prime, Doom, like that sort of thing. Yeah, it's very good. I think I'm about 4 hours in so far, and from what I've played so far, it's yeah, very very good. So I think that's it for Game Pass for me, boys.
Nice.
And then, boys, in the UK we've had a bit of a situation last week, didn't we? The situation of it being like fucking 40 degrees some days,
We did.
Mm-hmm.
and just being utterly unbearable, absolutely hideous. disgusting, sweaty, clammy. It was awful. And I was really struggling to have any motivation to play any video games during this because it was just horrible. Especially like uh, in our house, the upstairs is so much hotter than the downstairs normally. So the idea of just being upstairs, sat with a fan a meter away from my face, trying to play a video game on the Xbox or the PlayStation was just too much. And I was like, right, this is the Switch's moment again, right? I've really enjoyed the Switch too. I'm not kind of in between games of it. What shall I get? I was looking at a few things, and I watched a review for The Adventures of Elliot. I think I watched the IGN review, and I was watching. This looks really good, and they were saying how it's like. In my head, for some reason, I thought this was like a JRPG that was like 700 hours long, like they all are, right, boys? And then they were saying, oh, it's kind of more like a Zelda sort of game, and it's like, I don't know, 20, 25 hours long. And I was like, ooh. And I knew there was a demo, but I was like, just from this like review, I was like, I think they've sold it to me. So I ended up picking up Adventures of Elliot without even trying the demo, because I just really wanted something to play on the old Switch too. I think I'm about 4 hours in. I think I played all of those 4 hours on one of the hotter days. I think it was Friday when it was like 36 or something stupid like that. All just sat downstairs, all just chilling. And yeah, really enjoying it so far. It is, like I said, this is their Square Enix's one of their like 2D HD jazzes, right? But this is the first one where it's not just been a turn-based RPG. This is like a actual real-time like action game, right? So apparently it's a Zelda. Like I've never played a Zelda game other than the obviously the Koei Tecmo one, the Musu one. So I can tell you if it is a Zelda like or not, but I assume that's what it is. And yeah, really enjoying it so far. The only weird thing I've found so far, boys, is the difficulty settings are a bit odd because the description for normal is basically if you've never played an action game before, this is the difficulty for you, that was to be the description I would expect for easy, right? And then the description for hard is like, oh, you've played a few action games and like you kind of you know roughly what you're doing in like in just a video game, right? So it's like, what do I do here? Do I play on normal? But then it's going to be easy, or do I play on hard? But then is hard hard, or is hard normal? Or is normal hard and normal easy? Very odd, very strange description for the difficulty. So I'm on hard at the moment. You can just change difficulty whenever you want. So yeah, I'm playing hard at the moment, which I think is actually normal. It's not been too bad so far. I've died a few times in like dungeons, but not like too much. But yeah, if it does get oppressively hard at any point, I probably will just switch it down to normal, which may or may not actually be easy. But because for me, the Switch is just such a laid back, chill sort of game where I don't want to be bloody banging my head against any brick walls. You know what I mean? I want to be chilling out and having some fun and making progress. So yeah, I've been enjoying what I've played of that one so far. But yeah, I very much picked it up. So I just needed something handheld to play that just during that heat was just hideous, boys. Absolutely hideous. But I think that is it from me, Davey.
Wonderful, yeah. It's been pretty hot. It's not been good.
It's been a lot, isn't it?
I've played a lot of handheld downstairs in the cool myself. Hence why Final Fantasy got beaten so quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently, there's like another one of these ridiculous games in like 10 days or so.
Yeah.
Just
yeah, I think
that
it's
Scotland
like,
move, boys. I feel like I've,
it's around the
say anything.
9th or 10th July, I think it is.
Yeah, I can't be doing it again.
Not another one. You got to be joking me.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just have to like either move to Scotland or actually figure out how to get air conditioning.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're gonna drop the money on it, I'd do it now because much like fans, they are gonna sell out very quickly, aren't they? But Pengi, take us home. What have you been buying and playing, Big Dog?
Right, okay, so I picked up an odd one in the charity shop, Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resort double pack on the Wii, where it's got both games on the one disc, Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resort. I didn't have Wii Sports Resort anyway, so yeah, it was £1. So I got that, And I then traded in my Wii Sports, a game that was basically free with 90% of Wii's in the UK. Obviously they did the blue ones and that, and changed like it was Mario and Sonic and the Olympic. That trades in for like £8 at CEX. Wii Sports. So also I got that, but I traded that in to the local game shop, which did the same price as CX, or actually beat it. And I also traded in Yoshi on Switch 2. So I traded in a Switch 2 game I finished and a Wii Sports. But I guess I paid £1 for, or whatever, how you want to look at it. So I traded that and picked up Dragon Quest Dynasty Warriors Origins for the Nintendo Switch 2. So I traded in those two and got that. Haven't played that one yet, but I got that as a pickup thing. But I also got something else today. So that was like last week. I got those two after, like I said, after finishing and trading in Yoshi. Because what recently came out was Star Fox 2026, the remake for the Nintendo Switch 2. That came out on Thursday, guys. So that was a pickup that came on Thursday. That got traded in today. Yeah, that got traded in today. Along with another game I finished. So talk about Star Fox 64. Star Fox 2026 from the Switch 2. It's a good game, a very good game of what it is. But then like the content, I actually put on like GName forum in my review. Mileage will vary. I managed to get 8 hours out of Star Fox. So I played the campaign, the single player. I did it 3 times. Basically, you got the hard, a medium, and an easy route. Sort of, you obviously different combos, but the high level, like the top. If you go the top route, that's hard. If you go the bottom route, that's the easiest. I did the hard-ish route first, so I could get to Venom 2, so you get like the true final boss and that cutscene and how that ends. Then I did the middle, and then I did the easy one actually last. And I did it so in the combo, so I saw every planet. So I saw every planet, did all 3 sort of routes, and got both endings and stuff like that. So that was good. Like that was actually a good chunk of my 8 hours. That was like 6 hours sort of thing. I checked out the multiplayer. Multiplayer is actually really fun. It's like 4 versus 4 thing, and they like capture the zones and stuff like that. So there's 3 different modes over 3 maps, but each map has only got this one mode. So it's like Canary. Well, I can't say like that's got the capture point thing. But it's just like it's just 3 maps. Played it for a couple hours. I kind of seen, and there's obviously like if there's not all 4 humans playing, there's bots. Which there's I know the game just sort of came out, but bots online and stuff like that. And there's a challenge mode. Which I did a few of the challenges on a couple of the planets and stuff like that, like the planets I liked or the ones that look, like good and stuff like that. We unlock like medals and in-game achievements and stuff, which is like cool, but like who can see I've unlocked this achievement? Like you saying, obviously, Craig, all your 1,000 Gs you've got now. Like I see Craig got 1,000 Gs on the Call of the Outer Gods. Well, I didn't because I didn't actually know, but you know what? Like you don't know if I got all the medals on a challenge mode in Star Fox, and there's like it reminds me a bit of like there's some of that talk around Donkey Kong Challenge, like the cards and stuff like that. It was like, what do you do with these cards? Did you actually play Donkey Kong Challenge at all, Dave?
Yeah, like I said, it's like a weird achievement system. It's not like an actual game. It's
but
strange.
it's just in that
I got
game
all of the
like,
Bonanza cards. Yeah, it's just in
nice.
that NSO thing.
Yeah, so it's kind of weird. So like I said, I got like 8 hours out of it, which is the same as Yoshi. I got like 8 hours out of Yoshi finishing that because that's like 8 chapters or 10 chapters sort of thing. So it's the same price, same amount of time. Well, I think mileage should vary. I think some people will just generally do the campaign once sort of thing. Maybe, this is fine. Don't like multiplayer games, so they get like 2 or 3 hours out of it. And then some people would do like every combination. I think there's like, is it 12 levels? Like every combination level. They get all the medals, play a load of multiplayer. Nintendo could update it with more maps, or they might not. Mario Kart World, sort of thing. And then you're getting like 40 hours out of it. But it's sort of odd one. Like I said, same as Yoshi, sort of thing. The length of time and then same price. Again, makes me think Splatoon Raiders is going to be about an 8-hour game for me, most probably, when that comes out in July. So I did finish and trade that in. The other game I finished and trade in from the backlog challenge, one Craig picked, Metaphor ReFantasio, which I believe I did talk about last podcast, where I think I just started it and obviously I have finished it now. It is basically like the Persona. Instead of the Velvet Room, you got the like Academy thing. Instead of Personas, you got the archetypes sort of thing. And you still got to do your bonds with your characters. I don't think any of the characters are good at either cast of Persona 4 or Persona 5. And you get a little bit more to do in Persona 4 and 5 of like there's like up ranks your thing. In this is like virtue. Is it called virtues? Like Prince virtues, or like tolerance, wisdom, and stuff like that. And it's like, oh, you go jump off a cliff, bungee jumping, that puts your courage up. So there's no real different what you do in Persona, but I think Persona gets like, oh, today I'm gonna go like work my job in like the convenience store. I'm gonna go on a date with someone for the cinema or things like that in the it feels like you got slightly more to do and have slightly more consequences to the story than what's given in Metaphor Fantasio. So I still enjoyed it. I still think it was a good game, but not as good as either of Persona 4 or Persona 5. I do have Persona 3. Obviously, I'm not going to jump into another big 70-hour JRPG right away, but it'd be interesting how I would think it compares to like Persona 3 Reloaded, a remake of an older Persona game. But that was the other game I traded in. So I traded in Star Fox and Metaphor, and I got the Adventures of Elliot and the Millennium Tales as well for Switch 2, but I have not played it yet. And also had odd £3 left over, so I also got No One Lives Forever for the PS2 that they had, which is like a spy game, things like that. If you might have heard of this one, Craig, because they've mentioned it quite a bit on Game Mess, Mike and stuff a fan on it, and I was like, I saw it. I was like, I got £3 left over trade in, so let's get it, sort of thing. So been trading in games and stuff. I finished and picked up some other bits and pieces, but so that's most probably either Dynasty Warriors or eventually Rally. That's the next thing I am most really going to look at and playing. And the only other thing, because it's the World Cup at the moment, I went back to FM26 because I had the World Cup update and stuff like that. And the day I went back and did the update was when Belgium was playing, so I went and managed Belgium. And I went and won the World Cup with Belgium, and obviously that didn't take long because it's only like 8 games in like the World Cup. Obviously it's long in real life, but obviously on Football Manager it doesn't take long to get from one week to another, and that's me going back to that. So that's me.
Lovely, Pengi.
Mm-hmm.
Lovely stuff. Wow, another week done. 200 episodes down. 200 more to go. But yeah, thank you for watching. We will be back next week, but hopefully more good news, Craigo. But until then, we'll see you next time.
Bye.